I remember running up my stairs because I have a two-story house and having the biggest panic attack of my life. I'm telling you all of this because I have never had one ever. This is my first ever one, and it's all because of Eustachian Tube Dysfunction. And that's why I want to prepare all of you out there. Prepare for a panic attack. I don't want to alarm you and I don't want to scare you. I want to inform you and I want to story tell what happened to me. I want to tell everybody out there that is normally a healthy individual, normally a feel-good person, not dealing with anything traumatic. You would think that when I had that panic attack, that there was something very traumatic going on in my life. Something just happened, or I was in a situation that I couldn't get out of and I didn't know how to solve it or something like that. Nope, nothing like that. The biggest panic attack I've ever had. I was in my bedroom all alone, by the way, had the whole house to myself. And I would just remember running around looking for something that I didn't know I was looking for. To this day, I still don't know what I was looking for. And that's how this whole thing started. And I want to tell everybody that if you're a person like myself, generally healthy, generally in good shape, great stress-free lifestyle, had my moments like everybody else. Okay, we all have our little stressful moments, but nothing that stuck with me. I would have my little moment and move on to something else. But this was different this day. I just remember all of this burning sensation going on over me. My whole body feeling just weird and almost like I was about to have an episode of some sort. And then after that, I just started to say, well, I guess I'll just go up to my bedroom and close the door and be by myself. Weirdest thing in the world. Didn't go outside, didn't get in my car, definitely didn't get in my car, but went upstairs to my bedroom where I felt, I guess maybe I felt the most safe there. And I just remember going in my bedroom and pacing around looking for something, looking for, I wish I could make up what I was looking for to you so you could visualize something, but I don't know what I was looking for. I just remember walking around. I have a bathroom in my bedroom, and like a master suite. And I just remember going in and out between the bedroom to the bathroom, going in and out, going in and out, turning the water on. That's what I remember. I turned the water on, turn the water on, turn it off, turn it on, turn. This is what this condition does to you. There's something called fight or flight. And when these chemicals, adrenaline and cortisol levels start spiking because of the ear and the problems with inflammation in the inner ear, once these two chemicals start firing off symptoms, firing off signals, you start to try to take all that in. Basically, your body is being hit with this fight or flight, this adrenaline for no reason. And the environment doesn't match the response from the body. So then you start panicking. I was looking around thinking danger was almost here or was outside of my bedroom door or in the bathroom somewhere. There was nothing. There was just me versus me. And when this happens, you start to panic because it's not matching. The environment is calm and peaceful and it doesn't match what my body's firing off. My body is sending false signals to my brain to prepare for something that's not there. And that is why I've devoted all of my time, most of it anyway, to this condition, because this is when it gets real bad. And this is where it got with me. This is when I told myself, and I mean this too. Once I came down, I finally calmed down, all the cortisol levels dropped, adrenaline dropped, histamine, all these things started dropping. I said to myself, this is the most oddest, strangest condition I've ever seen in my whole life. It's odd because you feel like you need more help than what others are than what's portrayed of it. It's like a movie that's cussing and violent and everything, but it's rated PG. It's like, wait a minute, you didn't prepare. Why is this not rated correctly? This thing is severe. I mean, in a mental aspect, in a physical nature, everything. But it's rated G for kids. That doesn't make sense. There should be some higher level acknowledgement for this thing. It doesn't match. It doesn't make sense. So you have it, and it's like the appropriate measures aren't made for it, and so you're like going around thinking, "What the heck's going on with me?" And so that's where I'm at right now. That's where it was. Some of you are probably not as severe, and I pray you stay that way. But if you're at that point, or you feel like you're peaking to that point, you have to know something. This is very important. I'm going to leave you with this here. You have to know that it can only get as worse as our mind will let it. And if you start telling yourself that it's not so bad after all, I can get through this, start breathing. That is the key. When all this stuff's going on, I just completely stop my normal breathing. I just pause it, wait. I'm breathing, but it's like it's not good breaths. It's not normal breaths, calm breaths, subtle breaths. It's like pause breaths, like a pause, breathe, and then it gets worse because, oxygenation's dropped. All these chemicals are firing and wiring everywhere. And so if you're at that point, you have to control the mind. You have to start taking control over it again. You have to take over the scenario a little bit. And if you're at that point, just know that there is an ending, a good ending to it. It does end in a good way. Your mind won't tell you that though. When I was pacing around, I was like, wait a minute, this is not going to end very well. I should probably call somebody, but I didn't. I didn't want to call anybody to alarm them because I was already alarmed, if that made sense. I didn't want to alarm anybody further in the alarm system. I didn't want to alarm someone higher than what I'm already feeling. It was like, I need to come down, then I'll tell you about it. I'm one of those people is like, if it's too thick in me, it's too much going on in me. I don't want anybody to peak higher than me. So I don't want to do that to anybody. So if you're in that position where you feel like you are getting close to that, just know that there is definitely, it sounds crazy, there is a good ending to it. You have to find a way to regain control. Once you regain control, start practicing your breathing, start telling yourself good thoughts. It's just, Jameson talked about this in the video. It probably is going to be okay. I just have to get through this false reality appearing real. And so I want all of you to know, if you're at that point or close to that point, listen to my words here. Okay. I've been through it. I've had it happen. It was the strangest thing. Never in my life have I felt threatened in my own home before, So once I came down, I will say it lasted about, and now this is microwave minutes. It lasted 5 minutes. And that is a full 5 minutes. That doesn't sound like a long time, but it felt like microwave minutes. It's like, when is this gonna stop? I just remember drinking a bunch of water, drinking water. And eventually I calmed down and I went back to my normal activities. But then I said, I can't let that stay like that. I can't do that again. That was too weird. If I cannot let myself be robbed of my awareness like that again. And I made a solid decision that I'm going to fight this thing again. When it comes back, and it came back, but it definitely did not do what it did that day. It came back. I started to feel it on the surface a little bit. I was like, all right, it's here. It has arrived. And I challenged it. And when I challenged it, it was like the best defeat ever for that. It was like it stopped right away. Once I started challenging it, I was aware what it was, and I was aware of what it couldn't do to me. And I didn't let it take control of me. So therefore I walked away. Pretty simple, right? Takes time to get there, but once you get there, you'll realize when you're there, and you'll realize when you have control. Like that bully in school. You should always tell people disclaimer. I'm not giving you advice or anyone advice to stand up to everything, but I'm saying there's a time when you have to stand up for yourself in a positive way, and whatever that person is, or that adversary, or whoever is around you, you have to still have control over yourself. No matter if you have allies or you have enemies or whatever's around you, you have to be in control of you. It doesn't matter who's around. And that's what I had to learn. I can't base my healing, my results off of people, situations. I have to do it with me. I have to be in the middle of whatever and I have to know how to gain control of wherever I'm at, whoever I'm with. It doesn't matter. I can't limit myself on people, situations, locations, and mindsets and moods. I have to do it when I have to do it. And when you start doing all that collectively, you'll realize you're so strong. You're stronger than whatever can come your way, and you start defeating it. So I want all of you to not to be alarmed by this video, but to prepare for what may come, and to gravitate yourself towards a good nature, a good healing, And you'll start to find that when you have control over yourself, we can't control everything in this world. Everybody says, oh, control is an illusion. Well, that might be true sometimes, but hey, my mind is not an illusion. I can control my mind and what I do too, and so, but it's all about learning how to do that. So I hope this video was very helpful for you. If it was, take time to subscribe to the channel. I try to bring content pretty often, but in the meantime, I'm going to step out of the Jaye Wellness Studio and leave you in good hands with this video. Like anything else, folks, we're here to simply go back to the basics. Take care, everybody.